In 2025, the company behind ChatGPT reportedly lost around $20 billion. Not a typo, $20 billion in a single year. And here's the strange part, that might be exactly the plan. So let's talk about why the AI industry is losing staggering amounts of money on purpose. Start with the numbers we can actually see. OpenAI reportedly earned about $13 billion in 2025. And it spent so much building and running its models that it lost roughly $21 billion on operations. It is taking in real money, growing fast, and still, the gap between what it earns and what it spends is enormous. And it is not alone. Just 4 companies, Amazon, Microsoft, Google, and Meta, are on track to spend around $700 billion on AI infrastructure this year, up roughly 70% in 12 months. OpenAI alone has signed well over $1 trillion in future compute deals. The scale of this bet is almost hard to picture. Look at all that, and the obvious conclusion is that this is madness, a bubble, a business that simply does not work. Burn $20 billion a year and surely the whole thing collapses. And that is the intuitive read, and it might be exactly wrong. Because these companies are not pricing their product for what it costs today. They are pricing it for what it will cost tomorrow. It is an old playbook with the name pricing ahead of the cost curve. And in AI, that curve is falling faster than almost anywhere in history. Here is the whole idea. On one chart, this is the cost to serve a single AI query. Right now, it is high enough that every message you send can lose the company money. But that cost is not standing still. As the technology improves and volume grows, it slides downhill, and it slides fast. And this is not a hopeful guess. It is measured. The research group Epoch AI tracks the price of a fixed level of AI ability over time. They're finding for the same capability, the price falls by roughly 40 to 50 times every year. The cost to match GPT-4 on PhD-level science questions dropped about 40-fold in a single year. What cost $20 now costs cents. So, what is driving that collapse? 3 forces, all pushing in the same direction. Leaner models that are cheaper to run, cheaper chips to run them on, and the sheer economics of scale. Let's take them one at a time. First, the models themselves get dramatically more efficient. Engineers distill big models into small ones that keep most of the smarts. They use mixtures of experts, where only a slice of the model runs for each query. They compress the math and let a tiny model draft while the big one checks. When DeepSeek trained a competitive model, its final training run reportedly cost under $6 million. Now, the all-in cost was far higher, but the direction was unmistakable. Second, the hardware. Today, most AI runs on Nvidia chips, and Nvidia keeps around 70 cents of gross profit on every dollar. That margin is a tax on the whole industry. So the giants are designing their own chips. Google's TPUs, Amazon's Trainium, Microsoft's Maya, built at cost to cut Nvidia out of their own inference. Cheaper silicon means a cheaper curve. Third, scale. You train a model once at enormous cost, and then you serve it to hundreds of millions of people. Every extra user spreads that fixed cost thinner and pushes the cost per query down toward just the electricity. Reportedly, OpenAI already earns a healthy margin on inference alone. It is the training and the free tier that swamp the books for now. Put it together, and here is the payoff. As those three forces drive the cost down, it eventually crosses under the price. The red turns green, and cheaper AI invites more usage, which builds more scale, which drives the cost down further. Lose money today, own a profitable, low-cost platform tomorrow. If this feels reckless, remember, we have seen this movie before. Amazon ran its cloud business at a loss for years, cutting prices again and again, until it scaled into the most profitable arm of the entire company. Uber lost money for over a decade, subsidizing rides to win the market, and then turned profitable. Price below cost, win the market, raise into the margin later. And nearly everyone is running this same playbook. OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, Meta. They disagree on a great deal, but they share one core bet, that the cost of intelligence is going to keep falling and that scale will be everything. But, and this really matters, it is still a bet. The whole strategy depends on that curve, actually bending down far enough and fast enough. Price a little ahead of your costs and you win the future. Price too far ahead, and if the curve stalls, you simply bleed. And there are serious reasons it might not work. The investor Sequoia asked where the hundreds of billions in revenue to justify all this spending will actually come from. If cheap, open models become good enough, then no one has any pricing power. Some of the money flowing between chip makers and their customers is suspiciously circular, and progress on the very biggest models may be slowing. None of these are settled. So, who wins this bet? The winners likely need two things: massive scale and something that keeps them different that the cheap models cannot copy. The losers spend fortunes building capacity for demand that never fully arrives, or for a product that becomes a commodity priced at cost. For you, right now, it means AI is astonishingly cheap, often cheaper than it costs to provide. Enjoy it, but know that today's prices are a strategy, not a promise. Watch two lines, the cost curve falling and the capex rising. Whichever one wins decides how this ends. So, to bring it all together, AI companies lose money now on purpose. They are pricing ahead of a fast falling cost curve. Efficiency, cheaper chips, and scale are what bend it down. And whether the bet pays off comes down to demand and to whether anyone keeps their edge. If this made the AI economy finally click for you, subscribe. That's one concept at a time here on Superintelligence.